It's getting a little complicated, isn't it? But believe me, like before, they'll end the arc soon, and spoiler alert, they'll do it with their wedding. In the meantime, let's enjoy the pretty characters. I've watched a lot of reincarnation/villainess stories, and some of them handle otome or reincarnation worlds with deeper plot twists or darker internal conflicts really well. They usually have a main storyline that they follow. This one is different. They don't drag anything out, and I guess for me it feels like a comfort watch, mainly because I know everything will be alright in the upcoming episodes. The main reason for this has to be Aquasteed, the Greenest Green Flag, who nearly broke my trust.
アクアスティード様はどちらのケーキがお好きですか?
I mean, he could have just said that her cake was better, but I guess it's hard to balance between love and work. However, we'll talk about that later. But first, let's clear one thing up. There's a high possibility that the first time you hear the name Tiararose Lapis Clementine or Aquasteed Marine Forest, you'll have to pause the video and check if you heard that correctly. Like some say, it sounds like a brand of premium bottled water, or like someone just threw random fantasy words into a name generator and then committed to every single one of them. Maybe that's why Keith feels a little different for a forest king. Now, strange names aside, Aquasteed is probably the biggest reason many people stay interested in this series. At first glance, he looks like the perfect romance anime prince. He is polite, gentle, affectionate, and openly devoted to Tiararose from very early on. He doesn't play mind games, doesn't pretend to be cold, and he makes his feelings clear, which is already refreshing compared to many other romance or villainess stories. But we, Tira, and even Keith start noticing something that feels slightly red flaggish in the recent episodes. However, even with that little slip up, he stays a green flag because he resolves every misunderstanding very quickly. Keith actually plays a clever role in this by making Aqua jealous. He forces him to finally see that Tiararose is genuinely unhappy watching him spend so much time with Isilla, who, by the way, might have fooled you with her quirky obsession with fish and corals, but she's actually in love with him. But don't worry, she isn't a villain or a mean character. She's just a girl caught up in her own feelings. Anyways, the best part is that the arc ends with a beautiful wedding. When Aqua finally marries Tiara, he walks right up to her in front of everyone and publicly confesses his absolute loyalty to his wife. So it's safe to say that the upcoming episodes are going to be a lot of fun. We're actually going to see Akari teaming up with Keith. They end up working together to make sure Isilla doesn't accidentally ruin their friend's wedding. It's actually really sweet to see Akari's growth here. She essentially turns into Tiararose's guide for everything that's coming next, and she even becomes a source of motivation for her. It's a great shift from where they started. Moving back to our main lead, as we've seen, he isn't totally immune to jealousy either. The anime definitely allows him those moments of possessiveness, and I'm pretty sure it's going to stay that way for a while. But honestly, when he gets jealous, it's more like spicy entertainment than an actual red flag.
まったく焼けるね。
アクア様。
それだよ。私が怒ってる原因は。名前。
私はさっきキースを呼び捨てにしていた。でもそんなことしていいの？けれど二人きりなら。アクア。
And in romance anime, where miscommunication is often used to stretch drama endlessly, this approach feels almost like a blessing.
海には行かないでください。
わかった。行くのはやめよう。
So basically, he's just a green flag, a marine forest. Now let's talk about Tiararose. She gets a lot of hate for being passive, but you have to realize she's supposed to be like this. Also, she doesn't have the cheats anymore. She knows the plot of the first game, but she knows nothing about the sequel's storyline. And honestly, at this point, I feel like the real villain isn't even a person, it's the game itself. As for the pacing of the show, if you compare the first 3 episodes to episodes 5, 6, and 7, the shift is wild. At first, we were set up to think Akari was the big bad villain. We thought she was just a mean player trying to steal the prince. But by the time we hit the later episodes, we realized she was just another player caught in the script. Then we think Isela is going to be the evil one, but she's not really evil either. She's just a powerful force of nature. Even Keith, the Forest King, isn't a villain. He kidnaps Tiara, sure, but he ends up becoming her friend. He's mostly there to make Aquasteed jealous and force him to stop being so proper and start being more protective. I love that the show doesn't take 5 or 6 episodes to resolve a conflict. If there's a misunderstanding, they usually handle it within 1 or 2 episodes. It keeps the story moving so we can get to the good parts. Speaking of good parts, this isn't just a hold hands and blush kind of show. It definitely has a bit of an edge to it, and in the upcoming episodes, it's probably going to get even better. Technically, the art style is very classic shoujo. Lots of sparkles, lots of still frames, and very pretty character designs. One thing I really appreciate is that it's not overwhelming to look at. There isn't a lot of chaotic movement in the background. If you're someone who likes to watch anime while you work, this is the perfect show for that. It has a solid English dub, so you can just play it in the background and still follow the story perfectly. But obviously, if you're the type of person who needs Demon Slayer level animation to stay interested, this might not be for you. But for a cozy dramatic afternoon watch, it's perfect. In the end, it's sweet, it's a little bit spicy, and it's surprisingly fast-paced. If you can stop laughing at their names for 5 minutes and just relax your brain, you'll find yourself rooting for this couple too. And before you even notice, you'll have finished the whole anime. By the way, I really thought Crunchyroll would post the full episodes on YouTube, but sadly, they didn't. I hope you're still watching it somewhere though. Alright, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for listening to me. Take care of yourself and goodbye.
But I can't control the pain. If you're sticking by my side, maybe we could be okay. Okay, maybe you could be the change.